You're listening to Saturday Morning Media. And now, back to our show. Attraction Checklist is made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons, and as an exclusive benefit, patrons at any level can download just the ride audio from each episode of Attraction Checklist on its own. Head on over to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media to find out how you can become a patron today. And thank you for your support.
Hello, everyone. Paul here from Window to the Magic, the ultimate Disney audio adventure. And you're about to listen to Attraction Checklist. Enjoy!
My name is Grandpa Choco, and I invite you to join me on my quest to learn about and experience every Disney park attraction I possibly can. This is Attraction Checklist. Welcome to Attraction Checklist. Let's take a trip to Disneyland's Fantasyland and enjoy a leisurely cruise on the Storybook Land Canal Boats. The Disneyland website describes this attraction by saying, cast off on a colorful canal boat for a mini tour of fairy tale destinations seen in classic Disney animated movies. There are no height or age restrictions for this attraction, and the thrill level describes the attraction as being a slow ride and a water ride. Now, before we set sail, here are 5 fast facts about Disneyland's Storybook Land Canal Boats. 1. The Storybook Land Canal Boats is a Disneyland opening day attraction, although when the attraction opened on July 17, 1955, it lacked the landscaping and miniature buildings it's known for today. After only 2 months of operation, the attraction was closed, and when it reopened in June of 1956, the landscaping and the miniature buildings had been added. 2. The lighthouse at the entrance to the queue area is the former ticket booth from when Disneyland guests needed tickets to ride the attractions. In those days, the Storybook Land Canal Boats was a D-ticket attraction. 3. The attraction's fleet of electric inboard motor-powered boats are each named after a Disney character, including Alice, Belle, Merryweather, and Wendy. 4. As you will hear, guests on the attraction sail past miniature replicas of locations from Disney animated films, including the houses of the Three Little Pigs, the dwarf's cottage from Snow White, and Cinderella's castle. Over the years, miniature buildings from newer Disney animated films have been added to the attraction. In 1994, the Sultan's Palace from Aladdin was added, and in 2014, several buildings from the movie Frozen were added to the attraction. And 5. The doors of many of the buildings guests see on this attraction actually open and close. Not only does this add to the realism, it allows Disneyland employees to change any light bulbs that burn out inside the buildings. Well, let us now set sail on our cruise of Storybook Land. Along for the ride is John B. DeHaas, who will be experiencing the attraction for the first time. You'll hear his thoughts on this Disneyland classic as well as my own after the ride audio. This is a binaural recording, so if you have headphones, put them on now, as we are about to experience Disneyland's Storybook Land Canal Boats.
Hey, it's always a fun job. Welcome aboard, friends. Whose first time is it today? Woo! Welcome. Good to have you guys here. My name is Mackenzie. I'll be your captain and storyteller today aboard the Aurora. Few safety reminders, please. Stay seated. Keep those hands, feet, arms, and legs, and eagle hoppers all inside the boat. And see provides all the more. Most folks travel to enchanted places through the pages of a storybook. But if you're one of those lucky ones to travel in person, whether down a raffle or with some pixie dust, often find it to be magical or even menacing. But no need to worry. No, we're passing through the jaws of Monstro, the same whale who swallowed Pinocchio. We're actually being transported to a magical place known as Storybook Land. Of course, this tale starts with a once upon a time, and in this case, a big bad wolf who lives in a cave just to your left, guys. Lucky for those 3 pigs, he can't swim because they live in a house of straw. The next made of sticks, and the other made of, guaranteed, wolf-proof bricks. And up around this river bend, our story takes us to a small, quaint English village. Home to a girl named Alice, where one golden afternoon she followed that white rabbit down that rabbit hole and fell down toward Wonderland, where things only became curiouser and curiouser from there. right over there, well, that's a splendid part. Where's Peter Pan, John, Wendy, and Michael Darling? All took flight to Neverland. They never ever had to grow up. And just ahead in Agrabah, city of mystery and enchantment, home to a street rat named Aladdin. He bumped into Princess Jasmine right there in that marketplace and stole her heart. Although the two were from two different worlds, with the help of a genie and some love, they were married and lived in Sultan's palace atop the hill. Love shines bright around these parts, friends, even in these twinkling lights above us where Aladdin and Jasmine first soared over, sideways and under, on a magic carpet ride to a whole new world.
The only Casey Jr. In a moment, he's going to lift the right.
Now, all stories are filled with love and light, but they do have some dark places as well. Places like the Cave of Wonders. Its treasure bears a curse, but it's guarded by the genie of the lamp. Legend has it, if you set that magical genie free, he'll grant you 3 wishes. So let's all reach out and make a wish. What will you wish for today? Snow White wished for safety when she fled the evil queen, when she stumbled upon this cozy forest cottage to our right, home to the 7 dwarfs. In return for her kindness, they granted her safety. You might even see them mine in the distance and hear them whistle while they work. Cinderella wished to go to the ball, but her wicked stepmother forbade it, leaving her behind in that blue-roofed chateau to our left. Thankfully, her fairy godmother granted that wish, allowing her to go to the ball. However, she didn't make it home by midnight, and her coach was turned back into a pumpkin. It's up there on that bridge. Although magic has its limits, friends, thankfully true love does not. And Cinderella and her prince live in a castle up on the hill.
Cinderella. Oh, yes.
Wishes inspire dreams here in Storybook Land, whether those dreams be a happily ever after, or literal dreams to send babies to sleep on the hills of wilted flowers, like the ones to our left, inspired by the 1933 Silly Symphony cartoon Lullaby Land. You see, friends, the magic is everywhere, even in the small trees and plants made small with the enchantment of Tinkerbell's pixie dust, where they never have to grow up. And it's a favorite of master storyteller Walt Disney, who continues to inspire new tales today. Tales like The Wind and the Willow with Molly, Rat, and Mr. Toad, whose stately manner is up ahead to our left. But sorry folks, J. Thaddeus Toad isn't home right now. He's in his motor car on a wild ride to nowhere in particular. Just ahead in the Kingdom of Arendelle, you see a castle of bay, a ship at anchor, and Queen Elsa's Ice Palace rising from the snow-covered peaks. Where there we meet sisters Anna and Elsa and their frozen friends, Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven. And find something much more powerful than Elsa's ice magic, the power of love. And just across the way in the Alpine village, we see Geppetto wishing upon a star that his wooden puppet become a real boy. It wasn't until Pinocchio saved Geppetto from the belly of monster that the blue fairy granted that wish. You might even wonder by wandering Oaken's trading post. He might even tell you who as you pass on by. And just like Geppetto's wish inspired many other fairy tale wishes, like one of a little mermaid named Ariel, followed her Prince Eric to his castle on our right, who left her life under the sea, took her first steps on her sticky legs, to become a part of our world. You see, friends, her story began to shadow her father, King Triton, who lives just beyond that waterfall in the city of Alaska. That's still having to adventure. And ends like all good tales do, they happily ever after. Now, friends, as we end our story today, please remain seated, bring all those hands, arms, and fingers back inside our boat and away from the edges. And we want to wish you a magical day here at Disneyland.
John DeHaas, for the very first time, you have ridden the Storybook Land Canal Boats. What are your thoughts and feelings?
It was cute. It's very much a family ride for little kids. I don't know what I was expecting. It was all like, different scenes, but no characters. It was just like their houses and castles. And I kept laughing because every so often there'd be a duck laying right next to a building, and you're like, that duck is huge, or that building is tiny.
Yeah.
So I kept laughing.
When I worked here, it was very much segregated in that guys work Jungle Cruise, girls work Storybook Land Canal Boats.
Oh, okay.
But since then, they've opened that up, and now everybody can work everybody. So we had a gentleman today, and it was fine.
His name was Mackenzie. And the other thing, there was a butterfly in one of the buildings. I was like, it's Mothra! It's going to attack the town. It was huge.
Giant. And I love, there has been a couple changes over the years. The Cave of Wonders that we go through used to be the Dwarves' Mines.
Okay.
And they changed that when Aladdin came out. Or shortly after that, when Aladdin was popular. And then I always loved, one of my favorite improvements that they made to the ride was the boat storage area has a waterfall in front of it, but they put King Triton's castle inside the tunnel. And even though you don't go in there, I just think that's a brilliant use of that space to kind of be like, oh, well, this is, that's where King Triton's castle is. I think that's cool.
It was fun. It was weird because every time you kept saying on your right, and people were facing different directions. So I was like, my right, your right?
Yeah, it's his right, I think. Yeah. Did you have a favorite scene?
No, they're all cute. I mean, I like the Frozen thing was nice. That's some shots new. There's that big castle way up on the hill. I don't know what that was.
The Cinderella castle?
Is that what it was?
Top? Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many. I couldn't keep them straight.
I like the Wind in the Willows, Toad Hall,
yes,
and then Molly and
and then the duck was sitting there with two ducklings under her.
Yeah, in the middle of Arendelle or whatever.
Yes, Arendelle. I was like, that's a huge duck.
So now that you've been on this, is this one like I've been on it, I don't have to go on again?
Yes.
You're not going to wait in line for that?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks, John.
One and done. Thanks.
What's your rating scale?
I give it 2 willows out of 7 butterflies.
Do you agree or disagree with our thoughts on Disneyland's Storybook Land Canal Boats? Join the conversation on the Attraction Checklist Facebook page at facebook.com/attraction checklist. Also, for sources and links for this episode, visit our website at attractionchecklist.com. What attraction should we go on next? Send me an email at hello@saturdaymorningmedia.com, or you can let me know via Twitter, where my username is ToasterBoy. You can also post on the aforementioned Attraction Checklist Facebook page. Attraction Checklist is a production of Saturday Morning Media and is made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who've gone to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up a monthly donation for as little as $1 a month. Huge thanks to Shay Stewart, Mer Lafferty, Jeff Peterson, Dale Gadania, Stephen Staver, Jackie Climo, Melissa Crawford, Dave Slusher of the Evil Genius Chronicles, Mike Conflin, Dorothy Bachoco, John D., Kathy Crawford, Brian Greer, Carrie Whitney, Chuck Tomasi from the Technorama Podcast, Chris Foster, Stephen Ing, Clinton of ComedyForecast.com, Vicky DeVries, Mike Wabshall, Twitter user Buttsinggear, a.k.a. Wildcat, Eve Cunning, Mike Hamilton, Gaston Moreno, Reed Loveland, Ivan Asquith, Vanessa Whitney, Janine Lee, Peggy Etra, Kristen Hogan of Squid Friends, David Akers, Zoe Palladino, Ellen Multari, Christopher Harris, Rachel Jackson of Vox Fabuli Puppets, Carolyn Weisner, John Petty, Rachel Hansen, and Darcy Prevost. If you'd like to support this show and the other fun content from Saturday Morning Media, become a patron. Head on over to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up your monthly donation today. You can also tell a friend about the show or leave the show a review on iTunes. And while you're over there in the Apple Podcast directory, be sure to click that subscribe button. That way you'll get new episodes the moment they are released. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time on Attraction Checklist. Attraction Checklist is copyright 2017 Saturday Morning Media, Grant Bachoco executive producer, all rights reserved. www.saturdaymorningmedia.com. You've been listening to Saturday Morning Media. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.